Let's get into Friday night footy, shall we? It'll be all eyes on the MCG when traditional rivals Collingwood and Carlton go head-to-head. The latter leading Pies up against the reinvigorated Blues. And as Michael Voss acknowledged today, there's just always extra meaning when coming up against an old foe.
He kicks the goal! Collingwood are in front! Collingwood are in front! Can you believe it?
Obviously an important moment for us to be able to play against a really good opposition, an arch rival for our football club. So we understand the night and the occasion, but we can't play the occasion. We've got to make sure we get after the game itself.
It doesn't get any better than this rivalry. That's one of the biggest in the footy landscape right now. And yeah, we'll be butting heads, don't worry about that.
Siren! Collingwood win! Carlton are out of the finals! Collingwood have won!
We know what Collingwood are like and what they'll bring, and we appreciate they got threats over the week. We won't have it all our own way. There's going to be plenty of challenges thrown our way. We're just looking forward to it. We're really excited.
Oh, and we're looking forward to it, aren't we, Dermy? Collingwood on top of the ladder, Carlton having won their past 5. This is just set up so well, sold out at the G, 2 fierce rivalries, and you must just love this rivalry as a Collingwood fan growing up.
Look, when I was growing up, we used to tune into league teams on a Thursday night. They didn't have footage of anybody taking a mark or that. They had a fight between Carlton and Collingwood. The play stopped and there was a fight. Imagine the AFL promoting a Barney now.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't go down too well.
No,
nowadays.
but that's what the rivalry was. It was a. I've heard people use the word hatred. There's no hatred in football anymore because hatred spills into random violence. It's not hatred. There's just such a strong respect for the opposition. You must give them your absolute all. Otherwise, you're disrespecting them. So I think both teams feel that way about each other. They have picked 6 changes, though, Carlton.
I know, we'll get to that. So
It's
not much
unsettling.
selection news at Collingwood other than Bobby Hill out due to illness. I'll get your thoughts about the Pies' best 23 later, but as you mentioned, Carlton's 6 inclusions, the headlines being captain Patrick Cripps and Adam Cerra, who's been such a pivotal player in the Blues' resurgence. Given Carlton without Walsh, Savani and Mackay, this was just the selection news we wanted to hear this morning in that Cripps and Cerra are right to go, and here was the Carlton coach Michael Voss this morning.
He did run around earlier, so no, he's right to go. So take a position in the team, which is good news. So obviously had to have some patience with it as well, and but he's done all the work, so he'll be ready to go.
So it was just that corky, he was like just in the middle?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he had to do. So you know, once he feels free enough and it feels okay, then he's ready to go.
So he had a pretty light week?
Yeah, he's followed all what he's needed to do. So obviously he's got important milestones to meet throughout the week, which he's met. So no point holding him back. He's ready to go, and it's obviously going to be a big game for us. But more than that, it's just more important for him. Is he right to go? And if he's right to go, then he gets to play.
So he's right to go. Does it make you at all uneasy or concerned, the fact that he didn't take part in training today?
I think they know him so well. They'd say they'd put it in the ball in his court, and he would respond the way he feels best for the club. And if he's not right, he'd say no. He wouldn't do that to the club. So giving him an extra 48 hours or so, 24 hours actually, to get up and make sure he's fine. So you'd have to trust him. But Cerra himself is a very good player coming back in. So they've got 2 more extra midfielders of talent, of quality that go into that team. That'll go well for them. Yeah. The one thing I'd worry about Charlie being almost a one-man band up there against the Collingwood back line. So they're going to have to play De Koning up forward while he's having a rest out of the midfield, I would think, to keep Collingwood's back line occupied.
What do they do about Nick Daicos? It was very interesting to watch what Port Adelaide did. They successfully quelled his impacts with the hard tag of Willem Drew in the first half last week. So what does Carlton do, having no doubt looked at that?
There's no doubt that sitting on him stifles their ability to move the ball quickly and more, truth of the matter, at pace. Because every time he involves himself, he puts pace on the footy. The opposition start to pedal backwards from wherever he is because he's so quick with the ball. His feet are so fast out of congestion. He makes the ball go forward at a rate of knots. So if you can stop that, stop him getting it, you stop him being able to start that momentum, I think they'll probably put a bit of time into him. But it's, to me, Collingwood, right now, the needle is right on full throttle. So, but I tend to believe right at the moment that I've never seen a team that can be on full throttle for the last 15, 16 weeks and still bat up in time on in the last quarter and overrun everyone. Any team that's on full throttle for that long, at some stage they go, this is hard, we can't carry it off this last quarter. Collingwood don't do that. They overrun everyone. You have to put them away right to the final minute of the game. So can they keep that going for another couple of months?
That's where I thought you were going, actually.
Yeah, because they are seriously good.
That the only concern you have with them?
Yeah, as I say, the needle on the meter is right on full throttle. Can they keep that up for another couple of months?
Well, he speaks about there being 2 seasons, Craig McRae. There's this season and then there's a new season which begins in September. Dylan Shiel, your mate, he's going to join us next ahead of what is almost an elimination final between the Bombers and Swans on Saturday night. But first things first, it is the Pies and Blues live from the MCG.
Michael Voss and Craig McRae, my old teammates.
There's something happening here.
Their journeys aligned as players.
Exactly clear. There's a
Side by side they sat in the locker room, constructing one of the game's great dynasties.
The Lions have gone back to back to back.
Both found a calling for this: coaching. Coaching at the top level. Now leading 2 of the competition's powerhouses, Carlton and Collingwood.
There's battle lines being
A
drawn.
rivalry that's unrivaled. Each generation passing on their love of their team and loathe for the other.
These 2 sides genuinely don't like each other.
Friday night. The 264th meeting.
They're lifting the Pies. Holds a breath. Breathe. Collingwood win. Carlton are out of the finals.
The Blues on the march. 5 straight wins.
It's absolutely marvellous if you're a Carlton fan.
Their army awoken.
And the Blues fans are cheering and cheering.
Now, for a black and white examination. Stopping the Magpies and their young maestro, Nick Dacos, is no easy task.
What a star this young man is.
Did I mention before Nick's barnstorming rise into the game's elite that he was a blue bagger? What could have been? More importantly, we're about to find out the way it is.